Building a Tenor Guitar, Part 4 at randallprice.com. A big part of building a guitar is making all the jigs and fixtures that you use throughout the building process. And in the first three parts of this video series, you've seen me build the template for defining the outline of the top and the bottom of the guitar, and also building the guitar mold, which we'll use to form the sides. Today I thought we would, for a change of pace, go away from building some of the jigs that we need for the guitar and cutting out the wood for the sides and the back. So that's what I'll be doing next. I'll be using some 3/4 inch walnut, and I will size that down to the width, length, and thickness that I need for the guitar backs and sides. I have the piece of walnut that I'm going to use for the sides, and I've laid out the length and the width that I need. So I'll saw this off to length, rip it to width in my bandsaw, and then I'll resaw this piece in order to get two sides out of it. Next, I'll take this piece that I've cut to length and width and run it through the jointer to get one good flat surface. Ran through the jointer. I still got one little corner here that is low. I got a little bit of chip out, which this walnut seems to do sometimes, but got a pretty level surface. I'll be able to put this through the planer so I can get two parallel surfaces. Take it back through the jointer once I get these two parallel surfaces to get the edges 90 degrees to the top and the back. Up to this point, I have jointed one face flat. Then I put the board through a planer on the other side to get two faces parallel. Then I jointed one edge in the jointer to get a 90-degree angle. Now I'm just going to trim the other edge down in the table saw so I have two parallel edges. Then I'll resaw the board to the thickness that I need. I have the table saw set up to cut a piece of wood 1/4 of an inch wide at about 1.5 inches depth. So I'll make an 1.5 inch thick cut of this wood, flip it over, make another 1.5 inch cut, which will be 3 inches. This board is actually 5 inches wide, so that'll leave a 2-inch section that's uncut, and I'll make that cut over on the bandsaw. So there's the cut that I made, and this last part I'll do, as I said, over on the bandsaw. I'll show how I do that. Okay, the bandsaw is set up. I've just eyeballed this to set my fence to the center of the cut that I made on the table saw, and I'll make that cut and then actually run this through a thickness sander after I make this cut to smooth that face out and bring it down to the proper thickness. Here's what I end up with. I got just a, you can see, a slightly raised section in this board, which I'll put through the thickness sander and bring this down to size. I'll take this other piece, get this surface flat. I'll run this back through the table saw again to get another 1/4 inch piece, bring it back over to the bandsaw and finish sawing that, so I'll have my 2 side pieces. So, a few passes through the thickness sander. I've eliminated that raised section from the bandsaw and got a nice flat piece of wood, so I'll just cut out the other side, and I'll continue to run this through the thickness sander to get down to the thickness that I need. Okay, according to my blueprints, I need to be between 3/32 and 5/64 of an inch thick, which is about 94 thousandths down to 78 thousandths. After several passes through the thickness sander, I have this down to right about 80 thousandths, so that's right where I need to be. It leaves me a little bit room to do some final sanding. Very nice looking walnut right there. Here's the other one. Only blemish I see in the whole thing is just a slight little spot there, but that's not bad. So that's the sides. Now I need to do a similar process with the back. Okay, I've cut to length and ripped to width the piece I'm going to use for my back. The problem with this piece is I need to establish a flat side and joint 2 edges, and then get a parallel face on the other side, just like I did for the side pieces. However, this is too wide to go through my jointer. Going the first step in bringing a piece of wood down to dimension would be just to put one face in the jointer to get a flat side. This does have a slight twist in it. So what I'm going to do, and I saw this I think maybe on Fine Woodworking website or somewhere, is take 2 outriggers, and I've ripped these to the same width. And I don't know if you can see it or not, when I bring this together, this is flush on this surface, this is a little bit low back here. But anyway, I'll take these 2 pieces, fasten them to my piece of wood, and then with these outriggers I'll be able to pass this through my planer and plane this down to a level surface. And once I get that, I can remove the outriggers, flip it over, surface the other side, and then joint the 2 edges. So that's what I'll do next. I have the outriggers screwed on and ready to surface this, and I just placed the screws so they're not going to interfere with the placement of the back at all. So here's the back. It's planed down to the surface of the outriggers. Now I can remove the outriggers, flip it over, and do the other side. Okay, I've added an auxiliary fence to my table saw since this piece is so tall. Just like I did with the sides, I'll make a cut, flip the board over, make a second cut, and I just checked my bandsaw again. My bandsaw does go to this depth, so I'll be able to finish this up on my bandsaw. One more side to go. I finished thicknessing the two parts to make up the back of the guitar, and I did those the same way as I did the sides. I put those through my thickness sander several times until I got down to the thickness that I need. I'm down to about 9/1000ths of an inch on both the sides and the back, and I need to be somewhere between 78/1000ths and 94/1000ths, so I'm right in the middle with a little bit extra there to do any final sanding that I need to do on those. I'll get a close-up shot of these so you can take a look at them. So here's the side. And the sides are identical, and here are the two back pieces. And kind of once in a while you'll have a flaw in the wood. As far as I can see, this is the only one in this piece, and I'll be able to work around that. And I'll lay these out so you can take a look at how they'll look in the guitar profile. So there's the pieces book matched. You can see that flaw that I pointed out there, and there's the other one. So if you open this up, put them together, I should be able to use this for the neck end of the guitar, and this the base of the guitar. If I lay the hold over there, that gives you an idea what the back will look like. I'll see if I can get a little bit closer shot of that. So that's what I've accomplished today. I'm very happy with what I got done. So next time I need to probably get back to this mold and drill the holes to attach the two sides together, build the two spreader clamps that go inside here that'll hold the sides to the mold once they're shaped. I need to build a side bender to bend the sides, and I'll build that out of a piece of probably a 4-inch pipe and a propane torch so I can bend the sides. I need to buy the wood to make the lined kerfing, back braces. I need to order the soundboard. So those are some of the tasks that I need to do, and some of the things you'll see in the next few parts of this series. So please come back and follow along and see what we do next. Thanks for watching. For woodworking plans, tips, and techniques, visit randallprice.com.